We often grow up being told that the key to life is to be nice. Smile, be agreeable, avoid conflict, please others. From classrooms to offices, from family dinners to friendships, niceness is praised as a virtue, and in many ways, it is. Nice people make the world a little softer, a little kinder, a little more bearable. But beneath this praise lies a paradox, because being too nice can quietly destroy you. And worse, it can make your relationships shallow, your ambitions suppressed, and your life unbearably small. When we say nice, what do we really mean? We usually mean someone who avoids tension, who bends themselves to fit the expectations of others, who sacrifices their own needs to maintain harmony. But harmony at what cost? Niceness, when it becomes a shield, is not the same as kindness. Kindness comes from strength, from authenticity. Niceness often comes from fear. Fear of rejection, fear of judgment, fear of being seen as difficult. This is the problem with nice people. Imagine this. You're in a room and someone says something you disagree with. A kind person might speak up, with care but with honesty. A nice person smiles, nods, and swallows their words. The room stays quiet. Harmony is preserved, but inside, resentment brews. Because niceness suppresses truth, while kindness reveals it. The problem with nice people is not that they are bad, it's that they are invisible. They blur themselves into the background until no one knows what they really think, what they really want, or who they really are. Psychologists call this people-pleasing, a strategy often born from childhood. Maybe as a child you learned that love was conditional, that affection came when you were agreeable, silent, compliant. So you learned to please. You learned to say yes when you meant no, to smile when you wanted to cry, to apologize when you had done nothing wrong. At first, it seems harmless, but slowly, over years, something tragic happens. You lose your sense of self. Because if you are always living for others, you are never living for yourself. The German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "The surest way to corrupt a youth is to instruct him to hold in higher esteem those who think alike, rather than those who think differently." And this is where the problem with niceness becomes so dangerous. Nice people don't challenge, they conform. They seek safety and sameness. And in doing so, they rob the world and themselves of their individuality. Consider relationships. A nice person rarely says what they want. They avoid conflict at all costs. But without conflict, there is no depth. Without honesty, there is no intimacy. A relationship built on niceness may feel calm, but it lacks the fire of truth. It's like living in a house with no windows, safe but suffocating. In careers, the problem repeats. Nice people don't negotiate, they don't push back. They don't demand what they're worth. And so, they remain overlooked, underpaid, and undervalued. Meanwhile, those willing to risk being disliked, those willing to be kind but not nice, often rise. Because progress requires friction. And friction is something nice people avoid at all costs. The tragedy of niceness is that it looks like virtue, but often it's avoidance. Avoidance of pain. Avoidance of rejection. Avoidance of life's necessary discomforts. But avoidance does not free you, it traps you. The more you avoid conflict, the more conflict lives inside of you. The more you avoid saying no, the more your yes loses all meaning. So what is the alternative? It is not cruelty, it is not arrogance. It is not selfishness. The alternative is authenticity. To be kind but truthful. To respect others, but also respect yourself. To realize that honesty may sometimes hurt in the short term, but dishonesty wounds in the long run. The problem with nice people is not that they are too good, it's that they are too afraid. Afraid of rejection, afraid of conflict, afraid of being fully seen. But life demands something more from us. It demands courage, the courage to say no, the courage to disappoint, the courage to reveal what we actually think and feel. And here lies the paradox. When you stop trying to be nice, you may finally become good. Because true goodness requires truth, and truth requires courage. So the next time you catch yourself biting your tongue, forcing a smile, or bending yourself into the shape of someone else's expectations, ask yourself, am I being kind? Or am I just being nice? One will liberate you. The other will slowly erase you.